Hi friends, my name is Ravi Roth and I'm your host of the Gaycation Travel Show. And today I'm getting out my passport because I'm going to Brooklyn! I'm linking up with Gabi and Shanna from 27 Travels to take us all around the largest borough of New York City. Brooklyn is a destination that thrives on authenticity. From artists to hipsters, misfits to moms, skinny jeans, drag queens, epic parks, beautiful brownstones, and of course, lesbians and their cats. I'll be joining Gabi and Shanna in person later on in Brooklyn, and I'll be joining them mid-show for an extra sensible Q&A. For now, Gabi and Shanna from 27 Travels, take it away.
I'm Shanna.
And I'm Gabi.
And we are 27 Travels. And if you guys don't know anything about us, we are a lesbian travel couple based in Brooklyn, New York. And that's exactly where we are today. We are coming at you from where we live currently, which is Park Slope, Brooklyn.
Yeah, so we're going to be giving you guys the local Brooklyn tour today and just telling you a little bit about Brooklyn, us, where we live, and just giving you the whole Brooklyn experience.
And of course, showing you guys some of our favorite LGBTQ places along the way. So one of the things we're going to be doing with you guys today is taking you around Park Slope, which is our neighborhood, and also some other spots in Brooklyn. And we're going to be wearing our masks whenever we feel like we have to, because you got to be safe.
Yeah, we're walking around 4th Street right now, which is the most picturesque area. It's really gorgeous. It's like lined with brownstones, and it's just nice to walk around, especially this time of year.
So why do we live in Park Slope? Well, that's because it was kind of random, actually. After like a year and a half of dating, we wanted to move in together, and we were looking at really any area of Brooklyn that was affordable, and we never considered Park Slope because it's a really nice area. It's very expensive, but we found an apartment kind of on the border of Gowanus, which is also kind of where we live. But we love this area so much. There's so much to do. There's so many shops, restaurants, family. It's just a really, really nice area, and it feels very homey too.
Yeah, it's so homey, and we actually live not that far from the park, from Prospect Park, so sometimes we like to go there and just relax, have a picnic, whatever it is. It's just such a nice area to live in. So Shanna and I are actually native New Yorkers. We were both born in Long Island. She grew up in Long Island, and I grew up in a different area of Brooklyn. So basically, we're locals, and we're gonna give you the local tour of Brooklyn.
So Ginger's is one of 3 lesbian bars in New York City. It's actually the only one in Brooklyn. It's been closed because of COVID, so we haven't really gotten a chance to go. And we actually don't really know what's gonna happen to it, if it's gonna reopen or whatnot. But me and Gabi used to come here all the time because it's in our neighborhood. So as you can see, I'm standing right in the middle of the street, but no, it's not dangerous, and that's because during the pandemic, actually Park Slope has closed off 5th Ave, or at least parts of 5th Ave, so that you can walk in the middle of them, and more restaurants could do outdoor seating and things like that. So one of our favorite things to do during the weekend is just walk down Park Slope, explore, maybe get some local food, some coffee, anything really, and just kind of walk in the middle of the street, because that's really fun and very rare for you to be able to do in New York City. So another reason why Gab and I love living in Park Slope is because the LGBTQ culture here is amazing. Obviously, we already mentioned Ginger's, which is the lesbian bar that is on 5th Ave, but actually Brooklyn Pride runs through 5th Ave as well. Every year, Brooklyn has its own Pride in addition to Manhattan's Pride, and everyone marches down 5th Ave. There's vendors, it's like a big party. It's so much fun, and we love that it's so close to where we live, and that's why we just feel super, super welcome here. Like, we can walk down the street holding hands, and no one really cares. There's like rainbow flags everywhere, inclusive signs, things like that. So we love it here. We love this area of Brooklyn, and we cannot imagine living anywhere else.
One of my favorite parts of Brooklyn is that the city is like a living museum. Graffiti, street art, street performers make this city burst with life. Make sure to check out the Bushwick Collective in Bushwick, Brooklyn for the fiercest photos and murals that make bold statements and are phenomenal photo ops.
So we are going to grab a coffee from one of our favorite local coffee shops, and then we're actually going to be heading to a different area of Brooklyn that's probably the most scenic area, known for its views, and probably the most popular area of Brooklyn to go visit.
Yeah, definitely something you have to do while you're here is grab a coffee. The coffee shops are really, really good. And especially like this time of year, fall, winter, when it's cold, it keeps you warm while you're walking around. Because us New Yorkers, we're walkers, we walk everywhere, and we always think things are a really short distance when they're not for other people.
If our viewers only have one day in Brooklyn, what are some must-dos?
Ooh, what do you think?
That is a really hard question, but I would say if you're a tourist in Brooklyn, you should definitely go and check out Dumbo. It's just an amazing way to see the water, get some good local pizza, and just get really amazing views of like the city, the bridge, walk the bridge. There's just so much you can do over there and so many good photo spots as well if you like taking pictures.
What hotels would you recommend people stay at if they visit Brooklyn?
I think the Williamsburg Hotel and the William Vale are probably two of the most iconic ones that are in Brooklyn. They have like really good views because they're in Williamsburg.
How do people get around?
Well, we like walking. That's our favorite way, but you could also do city bike. You can do Revel. I have a car, so sometimes we drive, but I feel like driving's not really that interesting. I think there are so many other better ways to get around Brooklyn.
And Shanna forgot one of the main ones, which is taking the subway. Of course, you're in New York City. You can take the subway everywhere, and it's really a great way to also get around Brooklyn. Maybe combine that with walking and biking, and you can pretty much get anywhere.
What would you suggest people should definitely pack if they're coming on a trip to Brooklyn?
I think always pack a light jacket, because even in the summer, if you go to certain areas that are closer to the water, like Dumbo or Sunset Park or something like that, it can get a little bit windy, or Coney Island even, like it can get a little bit windy and a little bit cold even in like June or July. So always have that just in case.
Yeah, definitely good advice. I would also suggest packing a backup charger battery for like your phone or whatever equipment you're using, as well as a water bottle, because like we are guilty of always walking places and never packing a water bottle and then having to buy one. And I gotta say, sometimes they're overpriced.
So what is there like a specific type of food that Brooklyn's known for? And if so, what are some of your favorite restaurants?
Pizza. I mean, in general, New York is known for really, really good pizza, and there is tons of amazing pizza in Brooklyn that you can go get, like places that have been around for over 100 years that just make amazing, authentic pizza still that you can go and try.
I mean, who doesn't love pizza? Let's talk our favorite subject, coffee. Living in New York City, we're very much into Starbucks, into Dunkin's, into local mom and pops. What about in Brooklyn? What's the vibe there for coffee? And if so, what's your favorite coffee shop?
I think definitely local mom and pops for sure. Like there are Starbucks and Dunkin's here, like you mentioned, but there's like almost on every street or every corner, there's like a new local like mom and pop coffee shop. One of our favorites is Cos Cafe. They have like a lot of awesome like local coffee. They have food. It's like a great place to like hang out, like sit outside. Like sometimes we even work from there, like pre-COVID, we used to do that. We haven't done that yet this year, but yeah, like they have some of the best coffee, and it's only a few blocks from where we live.
Yeah, we are obsessed with getting really good coffee. And another one that we really love is Milk and Honey Cafe Brooklyn. That one's amazing. They have really good food, really good coffee, and you can sit outside. So win, win, win.
Brooklyn doesn't really have a gayborhood, kind of like how Manhattan has a bunch of different ones. So where would you say, like, where do gays hang out? I mean, we went to Ginger's earlier. It looked really rad. But how do gays meet? Is there a kind of gayborhood that's like an unknown, unspoken type of place?
I mean, I feel like there's a few neighborhoods where there are like gay bars. Like for example, in Park Slope, we have Ginger's, which is the only lesbian bar in Brooklyn, only one of 3 lesbian bars in all of New York City. So a lot of lesbians in particular, or queer women, tend to come to Park Slope or live in Park Slope just because you have a gay bar there. Like the vibe is a little bit more like openly accepting, where I feel like almost everywhere in Brooklyn, you will feel accepted, but it's very like openly accepting here. Like there's lots of pride flags, lots of businesses that openly say like we support the LGBTQ community, things like that. But also in Williamsburg, I think there's a few other like queer bars that we've been to in the past, but we haven't gone recently.
Y'all have talked about Dumbo so much. Is there like a secret meaning? What does Dumbo stand for? What is the history of Dumbo?
So Dumbo stands for Down Under the Manhattan Brooklyn Overpass or Manhattan Bridge Overpass. It's one of those. I'm not sure if it's Brooklyn or Bridge, one of those ones. But basically it's just like a point in Brooklyn that's right across from Manhattan. So right across the East River. Yeah, right across the East River. So it's a view of the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, but also you can see like really nice views of all of New York City, like from that area.
Thank you so much for those nuggets of Dumbo. I can't wait to learn more about Dumbo. And we're in for a treat because y'all are gonna show us some secret spots to get some Instagram shots. Back to you, Shanna and Gabi.
So something amazing that you can do when you're in Brooklyn is come to the Brooklyn Museum. The Brooklyn Museum is such an awesome space to go check out.
They have lots of fun exhibits and they're constantly changing, and it's donation-based. You can kind of pay whatever you want to go in, even if you don't have a lot of money. So we're gonna take Ravi there now.
Let's go check out some amazing art.
I just have to say that the area with the coffins is a bit much for me.
You don't like it?
I get the heebie-jeebies. I feel like they're gonna come awake, and I think we need to go to a different area because I'm getting weirdies.
That's what they're supposed to do. You never know what's gonna happen in the mummy chamber.
Why don't they have noses?
So in the other room, it basically said that like the Egyptians would knock off the noses of people because they believed that like the nose was where your power was. So they would like knock off the noses of the statue so that they wouldn't have any more power and like no evil spirits would like, I don't know, consume them or something.
Well, that was fun.
That was super fun.
It's always nice just to walk around a museum, I feel like.
Yeah, I haven't been to a museum since COVID.
I think we went to one when we were in Wyoming, but that was it.
Yeah. They do try and prompt you to order your tickets like online ahead of time, but it kind of seemed like you could order at the window too.
Yeah.
Okay, favorite part of the Brooklyn Museum, go.
The vagina plates.
Let me think. I think I liked the African-American like photos of that were from the artist I think is from Brooklyn, and they were taken in 2020. I think that was really cool.
Yeah, those were amazing. Actually, now that I think, that probably was my favorite too, but I just thought
But I did like the vagina plates were great. You know, women rule the world, and it was a great homage to women. The mummy exhibit gave me a little bit of agita, so if you're not into mummies,
Or you feel
maybe
claustrophobic.
just pass on that. But it was a super cute museum, and I got a little, what do you call this?
A magnet.
A magnet, and it says love over rules. Lover rules. Love rules. One of my favorite queer bars in the city is in East Williamsburg, and it's called $3 Bill. Let's check it out. It is a massive warehouse and the perfect spot to meet some Brooklyn natives. $3 Bill is a place where you can be yourself no matter how you identify. They have avant-garde drag shows from locals to Candy Muse, who is slaying it on this season of RuPaul's Drag Race. If you want an amazing date spot for lunch or dinner, head over to 5th Avenue and Douglas Street in Park Slope for 3 incredible options of restaurants. The best part is, they are all queer owned. We're hitting up Miti Miti, which is fabulous Mexican food and the best margaritas in Brooklyn. It's not just about the city, you can go on an adventure. So today we're going on jet skis, Rockaway jet ski.
So Shanna and I decided that we're actually going to city bike to get to our next destination. City bike is an amazing way to get around New York City. You can basically find them in lots of parts of Brooklyn and also Manhattan, and it's just a good way to get around if you don't feel like walking.
Getting around Brooklyn is super accessible. I love to walk, but you can do city bike or navigate the subway system. If you aren't into any of that, we are a city made of taxis, Ubers, and Lyfts.
When you walk around Dumbo, you might notice that there's a lot of really beautiful brick buildings, and a lot of things have been built in here. For example, there's St. Anne's Warehouse, the theater, there's a bunch of really cute restaurants, and a few little shops you can go and look at. So when I was in high school, these buildings were actually abandoned, and the area of Dumbo in general has become so much nicer over the last 10 years. They've fixed so many things, and they've really made it just a complete tourist destination for you to come and check out while you're visiting New York.
So one of the most popular places to eat in Dumbo is actually the Time Out Market. It's kind of like an indoor food hall with a bunch of local restaurants. They have like pretty much any kind of cuisine you could think of. They have pizza, they have soup, they have sandwiches, salads, tacos, really anything you could think of. They also have drinks, and it's a really popular place to go eat in this area because normally they have like views from the up top. You can sit up there and you can look at everything that there is to look at outside of Dumbo. Gabi and I went here when it first opened and tried some food, and it was amazing. So right now we're on Washington Street, which is one of the most popular places to get an Instagram photo here in Dumbo. It's really popular because of the Manhattan Bridge that's behind us. Everyone likes the shot. And as you can see, there's already people creeping behind us. Yeah, and that happens, trying to get their shot. Yeah, and that happens all the time. It doesn't matter if it's 6 p.m., 6 in the morning, 6 at night. There's always people like on the street taking photos here and taking video here. But the best time to come is at sunrise because that's when the least amount of people are here and the sun hits it the most beautifully. So our Brooklyn tour has come to an end. Hopefully we were able to show you guys the local way to tour Brooklyn. Like we said earlier in the video, Gabi basically grew up here and we've been living here together for 4 years, so we know our way around for sure.
We love giving you guys this local tour of Brooklyn. It was so fun to just take you around, and if you have any questions, feel free to follow us, hit us up, go on YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is, we're there as 27 Travels.
Thanks for watching. Back to you, Ravi.
Thank you so much, Gabi and Shanna, for showing us all around Brooklyn. I love Park Slope. I'm obsessed with Dumbo. I can't wait to attend Pride in Brooklyn, and I might meet my next ex-husband at Ginger's or $3 Bill. Be sure to follow Gabi and Shanna on their channel 27 Travels as they uncover queer culture all around the globe. Next week, we're headed to the Midwest. We're going to Cedar Rapids, Iowa! Be sure to follow the Gaycation Travel Show each week as we dive in, tank top first, obviously, and show you some known and off the beaten path destinations that should be on your travel bucket list. Stay safe, stay proud, and always remember to live out loud.